These are the rarest possible occurrences that could happen in Call of Duty Zombies, and I'm talking I've played thousands of hours of this game, not just one Call of Duty Zombies, but all of them. I've played thousands of hours of probably all of them, and I've only seen some of these things one time, sometimes not even once. Now, the first thing I threw in, just because I'm sure this is probably easy to do, but I've never seen it before, but Leroy somehow started moving in extreme slow motion. Like, I'm talking almost not even moving. I don't know how you do this. I'm sure it's easy, and I'm sure you guys have seen it, but this is something I have never seen. And the rarity of the things happening are only going to get more rare as the video goes on. Starting out with some of the less rare things but are still rare is on Zetsubo no Shima, you are able to get the ray gun from a plant. I believe there's a higher chance if you use like the KT4, the Masamune, only on the plant, but I'm not 100% sure, but it's still very rare. Along with that, it is possible to get a free perk bottle, to get a free perk slot as well from a plant. And on top of that, you can also get the monkey bombs from a plant. I've only done these things a couple of times, but I believe with the right mix of water, it can be more common than not. The next thing is on Moon in the Black Ops 1 version or Black Ops 3 version, it's possible to get a free perk by using the QED. Now, it is very rare and you'll have to throw dozens of these to have a chance, but it's possible for you to throw a QED at a perk machine and get the perk for free. And it'll give it to your entire team if you do this successfully. The next thing is getting the ray gun even once can be rare, but what are the chances that you get the ray gun, hit the box, but immediately trade the ray gun and then get it again, so 2 times in a row with just a second to spare from you buying a wall buy? To double down on that, what are the odds that you get the ray gun out of the box, run and trade it, but then you get the ray gun Mark II, but decide you don't want the Mark II, so you trade that one, but then get the Mark II again out of the box? So a ray gun, a Mark II, and then a back-to-back Mark II. And it's just gonna get more rare and rare from here. So the next thing, still with the mystery box, what are the odds that you get the Galil, which is a good gun, but it's nothing crazy, but then you get the Paralyzer, then you get the ray gun right after the Paralyzer, oh, and then after that, you get the Time Bomb, and then after you get the Time Bomb, you then hit it and get the ray gun Mark II. So you just got every wonder weapon and the Time Bomb all in a row. If you break down the chances of getting one wonder weapon, it has to be like less than 10%. But what are the chances of you getting all 3 of them and the Time Bomb in a row? It has to be like less than 1%. I have never seen that done. I haven't seen most of the things I've shown up to this point done, but it is possible, and I did do all of these. Now, we're just gonna get even crazier from here on out. So the next thing is getting 1 max ammo on high rounds can be extremely rare, but what are the chances that you kill a zombie and it drops a max ammo, and then within like 5 seconds, you kill another zombie, which drops another max ammo. So there's 2 of them sitting right next to each other. This is something most zombie players won't ever see while they play this game, but if they do, it probably won't happen more than once or twice. To double down on that, and I apologize, I turn these into short form videos, so that's the only way I have this footage, but we have the same instance but with nukes. And then this next one is something I have never seen. So on Origins, we all know at some round those zombies spawn that attack the generators, and if you kill all 4, it'll drop a max ammo. But I killed all 4, and for some reason, every single one of those 4 zombies attacking the generator dropped a power-up. I have never seen this in my entire life before. And then also, I got 2 max ammos right next to each other again, almost laid on top of each other. Now, this one has to be the craziest one I have ever seen. I get a tactical nuke, and I drop off the ledge here. When I turn around, there are 4 max ammos that are sitting out. So when the nuke wiped out all the zombies, 4 of them had max ammos in their soul and dropped that. The most I've seen is 3 dropped. I just, with my bare eyes, saw 4. Speaking of the 3, the next one, and this arguably could be crazier, but I kill this horde of zombies, and as you see, if I slow it down, there's a max ammo in the back, there's an insta-kill, a nuke, and 2 more max ammos dropped from this horde, for a total of 5 drops, with 3 of them being max ammos. I don't know which clip is crazier, but both of those are absolutely insane. The next 2 of the absolute rarest things you can do in Call of Duty Zombies is get a ray gun out of the tram on Der Eisendrache. Now, I've played hundreds of hours of Der Eisendrache. I've used the tram probably thousands of times, and I only ever have once gotten the ray gun from it. There's nothing to it. All you can do is just use the tram fuse. Not even doing the second tram fuse like Easter egg, just the normal regular tram, and just say a prayer and hope you can pull the ray gun from it. And arguably the most rare thing in Call of Duty Zombies is on the Giant. If you just use the teleporters, just normal, a lot of times it'll spawn some sort of drop like a nuke, an insta-kill. But with the most rare chance probably in Zombies history, you can possibly get it to drop a free perk. I have heard people say they've played thousands of hours of the Giant and I've never seen it before. Most people say when the Giant first came out it was more common, but then they nerfed it to where it's almost non-existent. Most people think they actually patched it and it's not there anymore. But I did get this in 2025, so it's still there, but it might just be the most rare thing you can do in Call of Duty Zombies. And possibly even more rare than that, if it's even possible, is getting the ray gun from a dig site on Origins. Now, I personally have never done this. I've never seen footage of this or pictures of this. But I have seen a ton of comments and a ton of people saying, oh, I've dug up the ray gun a bunch of times, like it's possible you don't even need the golden shovel. But until I see a picture or footage, I do not believe you can get the ray gun from a dig site, but hundreds if not thousands of people are saying you absolutely can, and they have done it before. So with that said, I need to see some footage or some pictures because I don't actually believe you can get the ray gun from a dig site. But with that being said, ladies and gents, these are probably the most rare things that can happen to you in Call of Duty Zombies. Let me know if you want which ones you have done or which ones that shocked you the most, because you may never see these things happen in your entire lifetime. And I'll see you later.